This week's Parsha is a double header of Nitzavim Vayelech. At the end of Parshat Vayelech, we have the description of HaKadosh Baruch Hu of hiding his face in these terrible times because of all the terrible things that Klal Yisrael will do. And after this description, the Chumash tells us, source 1, verse 19, so now, write this song for yourselves. V'ata kitvu lachem et hashira hazot, and teach it to the children of Israel. V'limda et bnei Yisrael. Place it in their mouth, sima b'fihem, so this song shall be for a witness. He translates it against the children of Israel. The Hebrew is, L'man tiyeh li hashira hazot le'ed bivnei Yisrael, which should really be translated for the benefit of Bnei Yisrael. And again, anytime you translate, you're always explaining. On this verse of Kitvu Lachem et Hashira Hazot, so Rashi notes that the Shira is the next Sedra of Hazinu. And this is really the question that we are going to grapple with today. When we have the command to write this Shira down, to write this song down, to what song is this a reference to? So we will see that the Mefarshim, like Rashi and others, explain it to be the song of Hazinu, and then we have to ask ourselves, well, why is it necessary to write this song down, and why is it called a Shira? And we also have to deal with, in source 3, that our rabbis see from this pasuk that this is the 613th mitzvah of the Taryag mitzvos, that this is a mitzvah, albeit not applicable to women, but we will see that the messages are very much applicable to us, that this is a mitzvah to write a Sefer Torah. V'ata kitvu lachem et hashira hazot, the Sefer Torah is referred to as a Shira. And we have to ask ourselves, well, why is the Torah compared to a Shira, to a song? And how do you learn from this pasuk to write down in the song that it's a reference to the entire Torah? Those are the major questions that we're going to deal with in Mirz Hashem today. A secondary question, a much smaller question, is what Rav Bick asks, if we're writing down in source 4, we're writing this down, we're teaching the people, v'sima b'fiyam, we're putting it in their mouths, what is the necessity that it should be an aid, a witness, a testimony? What does that come to add to this whole equation? So first and foremost, we need to understand that the Shira of Hazinu, which is the next parsha, Hazinu deals with the past, present, and future of the Jewish people. Hazinu is really the encapsulation of the entire history of the people, and therefore, as the Ramban notes, this is again the English in source number 2, Hazinu is called a song because Jews always chanted, and it's written in the form of poetic verse, and because it has such fundamental aspects of the entire Torah, it's therefore imperative that it should be written down. It should be something that the people are well familiar with because it has such a fundamental aspect of the future of the Jewish people as well as where we've come from and where we are going, all found in one Shira, in one song. But we still need to beg the question, and with this we will begin. Let's take the first aspect, V'ata kitvu lachem et hashira hazot, the approach of Rashi in source number 5, who says that Ki kavanat ha-Torah ha-omeret hashira ozot l'shirat hazinu haktuva la'alam b'Torah. V'ata kitvu lachem et hashira hazot, write down this song. The song is a reference to Parshat of Hazinu. But then we have to ask the question, Madua mechuneh Parshat Hazinu b'shem Shira? Well, how do we explain that the Parsha of Hazinu is called a Shira? B'derech klal mikubal lemor Shira beit simcha. We usually refer to something as a Shira, as a song, when we're excited over something, when there's Hatzalah, when there is some type of salvation. But yet, if you take a look at Hazinu, it's far, the majority is far from salvation. Most of it's talking about the terrible punishments that will happen to the Jewish people over the course of time for not listening to Hashem. How can we call this song a song when it speaks of such tremendous tragedy? So the first answer to why Hazinu would be referred to as a song is found in the Sfas Emes in the second paragraph and 6th. The Sfas Emes teaches us something fundamental and beautiful. He says, yes, Omnam Rov Divrei Parsha Zu, the majority of the Parsha speaks about the terrible punishments that will happen to the Jewish people if they don't keep the Torah. Ulam Ma'alato Agdolah Shalam Yisrael. But you want to know, says the Sfas Emes, the greatness of the Jewish people, Shumakir Beveirur Shagam Onashim